Hello, this is trial number 2. For some reason, my streaming or something, all the wires were discombobulated. But I want to welcome you to the Art of Advocacy show. Today, we're going to be talking about Tafar. And I'm going to be typing these up as we talk about them so you can see. I'm also going to, I'm also going to get a link because I have a guest, Tracy Cox, who was on when we were going. So let me give her the new link and see if she can join us again, because we just never know what's going to happen. So let's go back here. Today's topic is Tafar. And it's like, well, what in the world does that mean, Charmaine? So I have some illustrations that I can show you, but what I have to do is go into my Facebook and bring up some of the photos that I made so we can start this show again. And I apologize for the people who were with us live and participating, because now it's like, I don't know what happened to Charmaine, but it was like a dark day in December. I think that's a Simon and Garfunkel song. So let me just bring up some pictures here that we're going to use. And one of the hints that I will give you is that the first letter of Tafar is the letter T. And let me type on the agenda that T is for thoughts. So we're going to be talking about thoughts today. And you can have, there's, several different categories of our thoughts. It can be automatic thoughts where things just kind of pop into our head. They can be more positive or coping thoughts. And so those are the two types of thoughts that we're going to be concentrating on. So before we get into the strategies of using Tafar, this will not only help you when you are going to special ed meetings for your child, but in other areas of your life also. Let me give a quick introduction. If you're new to our Art of Advocacy show, I'm Charmaine Tanner. I'm a parent, a retired teacher, a #1 best-selling Amazon author. The book I wrote is called The Art of Advocacy, A Parent's Guide to a Collaborative IEP Process. And I've also decided that not only will we be doing these weekly Facebook Live shows, continuing them throughout the year. I do them on Thursdays at noon Mountain Time, but I've also started a new membership community, and we are calling ourselves Parent Advocate Trailblazers. And if you are intrigued about how you could become a Parent Advocate Trailblazer, all you have to do is, let me see here, get my things. But if you would like to become a Parent Advocate Trailblazer, and actually what that is kind of enhancing your advocacy skills, just type in the word membership in the comment box below. My IEP bot will give you a message through Facebook Messenger, and my bot will ask you to type the word membership one more time, And then you'll get the link for more information and details about our membership program. We have both annual and monthly subscriptions available for you. So if this is something that you're interested in, just type in the word membership. And we have Lissa back with us. Thanks, Lissa, for being persistent. I don't know what it was. It was like somehow when I was streaming, it was like I connected my camera and the connection wasn't there. So we'll just start from the beginning. So one of the things that we are talking about, hey, Marlo, yay, I'm glad that you're interested in the membership. Lissa is a member of our awesome group. So Lissa, if you want to say anything about what you've gained from being a member, just, she recently joined with us last month, but that would be great, Lissa, for you to tell Marlo what our group is all about. But today we're talking about that acronym TAFAR. And like I said, the T stands for thoughts. And so when we have a situation happen, a lot of times we will just go to these automatic thoughts, and they will be kind of the first trigger or the first thing that happens to us. And I had said before, pretend like you have just received an invitation to an IEP meeting. What are some of those first thoughts that like pop into your head? So Marlo and Lissa and the other folks that are here with us live, if you can engage and participate by typing in the comments, that'd be awesome, because I think that makes our Facebook Live shows a lot more personal and interactive. So that's fun. So when you get an invitation to an IEP meeting, Marlo or Lissa and the others that haven't chimed in yet, what are some of the first thoughts that you think? And I'll give you a second to type that in there. And I'm going to make sure that we are appearing live on my phone, which means we're live on my Facebook page. Yes. So often, I think parents' automatic thought about going to an IEP meeting is some kind of a negative reaction because it's based on past meetings, past experiences that we've had. And so what happens is we start having that thought time after time when we think about going to an IEP meeting, and it's like, ugh. And after a while, that actually becomes hardwired in our brain, where we equate going to an IEP meeting with this negative thought. And that thought just comes up automatically. It just like pops into our brain. So Marlo says, my first thought is, oh no, here we go. Time to fight. Yeah, and it's because like what's happened in the past, right? I mean, you've had to fight. You've had to speak up for your child, right, Marlo? And it's like, not this again. Or Lissa says, yes. Oh, she's talking about a membership group. Charmaine has been a lot of help, and you have other parents to share with. So come join Marlo. Yes, for our membership group. What I love about it is I'm not the expert that knows everything. I don't have all the experiences that the awesome parents in our group have. So not only will you get a take from what I think as a professional advocate, but you also get information from parents who have gone through so many experiences, and they are experts in their own right too. So I love that about our membership group, is that we are there for each other and helping each other. So thanks, Lissa. So yes, going back to that thought of like, no, this is going to be another time where I have to fight. So what we want to do instead is we want to first recognize those automatic thoughts. And Marlo, what I was telling people earlier was I have a handout that goes with this show, and I'm going to be posting that in our membership group. So that's like an added bonus. When you become a member, you get other resources that aren't available to just the general public. So in the handout that I have that goes with this show, there's a page and it has a column of automatic thoughts. And so you write down things like, oh no, time to fight. And what's another automatic thought? And you write that down. And then in the middle column of the handout, there are a list of questions to ask yourself, like, do I really have objective information to support this thought? Is this thought going to help the situation, or is it going to make it worse? How can I change this thought to be more positive? And that's what the third column on the handout is how you can go from that automatic thought, ask yourself some questions, and turn it around and make it a more positive thought that will help you cope with the reality of going to an IEP meeting. So in the handout, there's more explanations. We're just going to kind of highlight some of the things today with the strategies. But what I'm teaching you today is not something I'm a master of. I mean, I think you probably have heard, like, you know, when we teach others some new skill or some new concept, it helps us become more experienced with it, and it helps us master the concept. So I too have thoughts that race away with me and are automatic thoughts that come up. And I too have to go through this process. So this is not something that I'm a guru about. It's just something that I also have to practice. And every once in a while go back to and remind myself of. So, and Marlo says, it's usually about what they want to change due to her behavior instead of how her academics are. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, it's like, you know, one of those automatic thoughts will be, yeah, it's just about the teachers and what they want to change. And so then we ask ourselves the questions of, when I think this, how is that really going to help our IEP meetings be more collaborative? And so then how can we change that thought? So if the thought is it's usually about what they want to change due to her behavior instead of how her academics are, how could you change that, Marlo, and make that a more positive thought? So I don't know, one of the things that just came to my mind is, how about instead if we would think, when we go to the meeting, there's probably more than one area that we want to focus on. We want to focus on academics. But you know what? If we also talk about behavior as a form of communication, that would be a great agenda item for the IEP. So do you see how I flipped that thought? Instead of this automatic negative, fearful place, we change it to a more positive thought. And when we do that, then the nice thing is, because I have too many. So let me bring up this one. So what you'll notice is those thoughts will bring up feelings, and those feelings then trigger our actions. So this becomes a cycle, and so many times, if we keep repeating a negative cycle and recycling it, we're going to continue to get, let me bring this